On this video, I want to talk about stress. And I am really, really passionate about stress. I'm passionate about it because when I work with my clients, I listen to how many times people talk about stress and anxiety. And oh my God, I'm so stressed out. I have so much stress. I feel so anxious and this and that. And I get curious about it from a couple different perspectives. First of all, I get curious about it that the more we talk about being stressed and anxious, like, does this actually perpetuate our stress and anxiety? I'm pretty sure that it does. Our words are very powerful. And if we walk around telling the world and telling ourselves that we are stressed out all of the time, that we're anxious, that we suffer from anxiety, that we're all of these kinds of things, if we walk around saying this again and again, my sense is that we actually feed it into our system and it becomes perpetuating. So I want to think about it from that perspective. The other way I've been thinking about stress is this sense that are we using the terms of stress in particular as an overarching description of any feeling or emotion that we have that feels at all uncomfortable? And I wonder if it is actually beginning to make us emotionally illiterate. So instead of saying, I'm feeling sad, or I'm feeling a sense of loss, or I might be grieving, or you know what, I might feel really disappointed about something, or I might be having a bit of anticipatory nerves about something. Are we using stressed out as a blanket term that is keeping us from actually really detecting, noticing, and talking about the feeling and emotion that we're actually having? And I have this sense that it is, and that it's making us emotionally illiterate. We don't even know the range of emotions that we are experiencing. We don't know how to talk about them. And therefore, we don't actually know how to navigate with them. And what I want to say is that stress is not actually even an emotion, it is a physiological response. Stress is what happens when one of our senses, our ears, our nose, our mouth, or even our skin and our sense of touch, detects something in the outside world. And it comes in and it travels to the part of our brain called the amygdala, which is our emotional center. And the amygdala makes a decision: is this thing scary or threatening in any kind of way? And if it is, then it sets off a cascading reaction of communications, like to the central nervous system, that pretty much dictates everything that happens with our breathing and our digestion and our heart rate and our alertness. And all of these systems in our body are communicated with. And if the amygdala has decided that something is dangerous, it sends a message where, okay, let's set off the neurotransmitters, activate the neurotransmitters. We need some epinephrine and which is another term for adrenaline, running through the body, which will kind of hyper focus and prepare us to either defend ourselves or to go to battle. And so it's an entire physiological response. It's not actually an emotion. So let's try to stop talking about it like it's an emotion and actually start talking about emotions in the language of emotion. And I'm curious, I wonder what would happen if we stopped telling ourselves and others that we were stressed out all of the time. I want to just end with saying I did this at one point, because I used to say all the time, I'm so stressed out, I'm anxious. I mean, I did that. A lot of us do. And I actually made a commitment to myself and I said, I wonder what would happen if I stopped doing that. If I stopped letting myself believe that I was always stressed out, but instead just said, oh, I have things to take care of. Oh, I have these things on my list I need to figure out what to do with. Or, oh, this isn't working out. I need to find a solution or figure out what else to do. But I wondered what would happen if instead of calling it stressed out, I named what was happening and what I could do about it. And I will tell you that the result was incredible, that it became a real source of empowerment. And I did not let my entire body fall into this state of stress or anxiety as much. And I will say, much happier for it. So let's get curious about this thing we call stress and wonder if we could actually start talking more intelligently about the emotions we're experiencing and how we can navigate them productively and in a really healthy way, and what difference that will make in our lives.